Winifred Nicholson painted these two works on the Isle of Eigg some 30 years apart. Sound of Rum from Bay of Laig shows her instant and deep connection with the natural beauty of the Hebridean islands. And Rhododendrons' Eigg showed how in the intervening years her practice developed and that love for Scotland remained in one of her last glorious works. Nicholson worked in Scotland repeatedly during the late 1940s and early 1950s, often accompanied by her children or the poet Kathleen Raine. She felt a deep affinity with Scottish history and folklore, and with the traditional way of life in the Highlands and the Western Isles. Nicholson and Raine stayed on Eigg, Canna and in Sandaig on the west coast of Scotland, renting Gavin Maxwell's cottage that he immortalised in his Ring of Brightwater trilogy. 30 years separate Winifred's first and last known stays on Eigg. The first visit was with Kathleen Raine from July until July 1950. The last, which was to be her final working trip, was with her daughter Kate in May 1980. In 1950, Winifred and Kathleen stayed in the manse at night, but during the day worked in a crofter's cottage at Kildonnan. They walked to Cleadale in the north of the island, Egg's only surviving group of crofts, and it was near here that Winifred painted Sound of Rum from Bay of Laig, Isle of Eigg. On Eigg, at the age of 86, Winifred created a vigorous late body of work. During this final working trip, she was able to combine her deeply felt love of Scotland, fascination with the light there, with her lifelong concern for colour and the edges of the visible spectrum. In works such as Rhododendrons' Eigg and Hebridean Rose's Eigg, she looked through a prism in order to paint flowers picked on the island, which created the spectrum of light caught in the glass vessels. In both works, she set the flowers before seascapes, which shimmer with northern spring light. Both paintings were acquired from the artist by her elder son, Jake Nicholson, who cherished them for the rest of his life. Both paintings were selected for inclusion in the National Galleries of Scotland touring exhibition Winifred Nicholson in Scotland of 2003 to 2004 and were illustrated in the accompanying book. They have been on loan to the Peer Art Centre in Stromness in Orkney since 2019. Nicholson painted on Orkney in the summer of 1953. Scottish paintings by Nicholson are in public collections including Kettle's Yard, Cambridge and Tully House Museum and Art Gallery in Carlisle. Nicholson explained of her love of the Hebrides. One may find oneself almost with knowing it in the Hebrides, without any effort standing by the sea and smelling the scent of heather, peat and bog. Little transparent pools with pale cowrie shells, the flight of the goose across and away, the flag iris look like yellow moons in the twilight, and the, oh dear me, I'm almost there.